Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Onika. If you're new here, welcome in, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. We're back with another Oner Active review today. This is for the Oner Your Body for You capsule, much smaller capsule. I pretty much have everything in one color, but I have quite a few pieces that dropped. Some are brand new, some are returning. My measurements are in the description below for reference, and let's get straight into it. We're going to start with what I'm wearing today. This is the SoftMotion high neck bra. I don't think I've talked about this on the channel before. I don't think so. I'm wearing a size small in the color Cherry Lacquer Purple, which is brand new to Oner. Here is the back. It's a beautiful open back design. Has the Oner logo stitched at the top. The front, very, very simple, nothing going on here. We have this beautiful cut underneath the bust line that is rounded and is super flattering, I think. This is probably the only bra that Oner makes that I can comfortably do a size small in and feel secure in. I've done size small in maybe like one of the enhanced lift bras, but honestly, like that bra just doesn't fit well in general. I'll leave the video for that in the description. This is a size small, super high coverage. Like you're not really getting anything showing, not on the sides, not on the top. Super, super flattering. The support is, I would say, more of a moderate support, so it's pretty decent. Granted, if you size up, it's going to be a little bit more light to moderate. I do have a size up that I can show you as well, but I definitely prefer a size down in this bra. I find with the size up that it tends to gape at the bottom here. Since there's no designated like bra band at the bottom, you really just have fabric here and like this sort of stitch seam here to hold you in. So sizing down definitely helps if you are larger chested. But yeah, I really love this bra. I find it super comfortable. I've done several sessions in it, and I personally don't really like training in the soft motion fabric. It's not my favorite, but the bra I find works really well at the gym. So a couple things to note with this bra, it does have removable cup pads that you can take out if you don't need them. They are kind of like sewn in at the top, so they don't move around in the bra, which I really appreciate. The other thing is the neck opening is quite small. You do have to do a little bit of work to get the bra on, but once it's on, you're good to go. It does stretch just fine. Even though I size down in this and have wider lats and a wider, broader back, I don't find that it digs in at all in a size small. So overall, I really, really love this bra. Highly, highly recommend it if you're going to get anything from the Soft Motion drop. And in this color specifically, I think it is stunning. But yeah, I don't have a ton more to say about this bra, but let me quickly show you the size medium so you can see the difference. So this is the Soft Motion high neck bra in a size medium in the color dark khaki. It did not drop with this launch. It dropped several months ago. But here's a size medium, super comfortable, just like the size small, but there is quite a bit of space underneath. Let me get a little bit closer. There's quite a bit of space underneath here, so I don't feel super secure. I feel like in a size medium, it'll be really easy to lounge around in this bra, but personally working out in it, I don't think I would feel comfortable. Like any sort of like lifting up of the arms, and I feel like it starts to gape. And the more I move around, the looser this gets. But I do find this bra super, super comfortable, both in a size small and a size medium. But I think pick your size based on what you want to use it for. If you're just going to lounge around in it or maybe like run errands in it, you can probably do a size up if you're in between sizes. But if you plan on training in it, I think you might want to size down if you're in between, just for a little bit more support, a little bit more security. Really love this bra. I have it in several colors. They're all over here. It's one of my favorite bras that Oner makes. I'm very, very happy with it. So yeah, I would say if you're in between sizes, you can definitely do the size down, especially if you have a bigger bust, just so you have a little bit more support and security. Next up, we have these soft motion flares. Now, I've talked about these a few times on the channel already, but I have some new information to share about the flares from this launch. I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see the flares a little bit better. But I'm not super impressed, I'll be honest with you. Out of the entire Soft Motion collection, two of my most purchased items are the Soft Motion jacket and the Soft Motion flares. I have the flares in so many colors, so I know what to expect with the flares. I know what kind of quality to expect with the flares, and I just feel like this drop, specifically this colorway, Cherry Lacquer Purple, just does not hit the mark for me. I've worn these leggings once. I've washed them once, and I already feel like I'm seeing wear and tear on the fabric, which I have not experienced with any of my other soft motion flares. I wore them for an upper body day, I forget what I was training specifically, but that part doesn't matter. So nothing super arduous, nothing that's going to mess up the fabric. But even just on that first wear, after wearing it for maybe like half an hour, I noticed the fabric was just super fuzzy and it looked like it was going to start pilling very quickly, which I've not experienced with my other flares. So I was just finding that a little bit strange. I thought maybe after a wash, the fabric would, loosen up a little bit. It wouldn't be as fuzzy, but I would say that it got worse after me washing them. I will have to insert some close ups so you can see because I feel like you won't be able to see in this lighting, even if I get close to the camera. But overall, the fit is very similar. I will say these look like they run a little bit shorter than some of my other pairs, but granted, I feel like I have so many pairs of the soft motion flares and none of them are consistent with each other. They're all kind of all over the place, maybe like a half inch or an inch difference in the inseam. I feel like this is more of the same. But yeah, I'll bring the camera down so you can see exactly where it's falling on me. But yeah, the quality is questionable for me with this launch, and I'm starting to worry a little bit about soft motion in general and where the quality is going. But I think right now where I'm at, these will be the last soft motion flares that I buy unless quality improves. But I'll bring the camera down so you can see where the length falls on me, and then I'll insert some pictures and videos of the wear and tear on the fabric after one wear and one wash. So hopefully you can see where it is falling on me. They're a little bit shorter than normal. I'll definitely measure the inseam just to double check if they're 34 inches, which is what they're supposed to be, but I feel like this is looking shorter than that. But I'll definitely check. This again is an extra small regular if I've not said that already. But yeah, the fit's really nice. They're super comfortable, but again, the fabric just feels and looks different to me. Definitely like very fuzzy. It still feels like soft. It feels a little bit slicker than I was expecting. But even though it's slicker, I'm still seeing quite a few areas of fuzziness and pilling, and I feel like the fabric is just holding on to lint, which my other soft motion bottoms don't do that. Like I have flares from other launch that I have gone on walks in, gone out and about in. I have velvet mocha soft motion flares that I've gone ice skating in, that I've gotten stuck in the ice skates, and those held up just fine. So I feel like it's definitely a quality decline in this drop. And I've noticed I'm not the first person to mention that. I've seen quite a few comments of people saying the quality of this color specifically is just not up to par, that it pills really quickly, it snags very easily, and it just wears very quickly. So I don't think it's just a me problem, but I'm wondering if maybe there's multiple batches going around and just one batch is not great while the other is fine. I'm not too sure, but let me go ahead and insert those videos and close-ups and pictures and all that stuff of the way these look up close. And then I'll also compare to maybe my velvet mocha flares because that's a fairly recent drop, just so you can see the difference in the fabric and the way it wears. Okay, let me show you what I mean about the quality of cherry lacquer purple this drop. I don't know if you can see the fuzziness of the fabric. Like, can you see the fuzziness of the fabric there? I just feel like after one wear and one wash, it shouldn't look like this. And I just imagine if I wear it one more time and wash it one more time, it's going to look even worse. But the bra and the jacket are a little bit better. The bra is still a little bit fuzzy too. The jacket seems to be the best out of the three. It definitely is still collecting lint in here though, which I've not experienced with my other soft motion pieces. So this is compared to Velvet Mocha. I'll put the flares next to each other, but just the fabric is so different. Look at how fuzzy this is compared to Velvet Mocha, which has no fuzziness to it whatsoever. I can even see the lines in the Velvet Mocha fabric a little bit better than I can. Look at this. Like, look at how that is just unusual to me. And I put these flares through far more than I have these ones, but these look pristine compared to Cherry Lacquer Purple. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but so just keep that in mind if you're planning to pick up this colorway. Hopefully you don't get a bad batch, but I feel like there are two different batches going around for sure. If you're going to pick up the soft motion flares, if you don't care about anything I've just said, I would say you can stick true to size if you would like to, but if you want it to be a little bit more form-fitting, a little bit more secure, you can size down. Again, I'm wearing an extra small regular where I typically wear a size small in Honor's bottoms, but I specifically want to get a smaller size in the flares just because I find it more secure. I feel like the waistband stays up a little bit better for me in a size extra small. I do still get some rolling, but I don't feel like it slides down or anything. Whereas I feel like a small is just a little bit too big for me. And the fact that the fabric isn't very compressive, that just kind of adds to it. So yeah, true to size, or you can size down if you're in between sizes. As far as the length, I would recommend going 3 to 4 inches longer than your inseam. So measure your inseam, figure out what that is, figure out where you want the flares to fall, and then pick the size that's at least 3 to 4 inches longer. So I am a 30-inch inseam. I picked the regular length, which is supposed to be 34 inches, but I will measure this and make sure it is. I feel like it's not from what I'm seeing, but yeah. Hopefully that's helpful. Next up, we have more MellowMotion. I reviewed this on my channel recently. I'll link the video in the description for you. This is in a new V-neck design, so it's very similar to the Mellow Rib V-neck as far as the way it's designed. This is just in the MellowMotion fabric. This is the full length and it's fairly long. What they've done with this drop is they've released two different styles. They've released a full length long sleeve and then a 3/4 sleeve mid length, which I'm not sure why they only released those two styles, but I went with the full length long sleeve because I was not about to do a 3/4 sleeve. Like, my arms are way too long for that, and I don't know where the sleeves would cut off. It might be in a really unflattering place for me, so I just stuck with the full length long sleeve, and I'm really happy I did because I really like the way this is looking. It fits so nicely. This is a size small. I also picked up a size medium, which I will put in clips of comparing the two so you can see how they look on. But this is so gorgeous to me. I'm wearing an Amazon bra under this. It's not Oner, but I'll put the link in the description for you. It's very similar to some of the bras that they have, but I just think this is so stunning. Again, you guys know I love MellowMotion after my last video. Like, the fabric is so nice. It's sweat wicking. It's very cooling. It's very thin and breathable and like flexible. It's not as stretchy as Mellow Soft is, but it's still very, very good. Like, I'm not restricted in this whatsoever. Here is the back. You have Oner stitched at the top there. The seams at the bottom, they look like they curve a little bit at the back as well. I just find it so flattering. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say about this, but yeah, the sleeves are very, very long, which I love long sleeves. I love this. I think this top is perfect. I have seen that some of the lighter colors are like completely see-through, so stay away from the white for sure. I think there is a white. Stay away from the light pink if you don't want the top to be super see-through, but cherry lacquer purple is pretty safe, I would say. I'm very curious about some of the other colors. I'll pick up more later. But this top is so, so cute. I think it's so versatile. I feel like I could work out in this, but I feel like I could also go out to lunch or something in this as well. Like, it is so flattering. The cut of the neckline, it's just perfect. I love it. And it sits on my shoulders exactly where I want them to. I don't feel like I'm going to be adjusting it throughout the day or anything. Like, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I will put in clips of the small versus the medium, maybe in the next section of this video, just so you can see the difference. But I would say if you're in between sizes, you can definitely size down. I don't feel like these fit exactly the same as the other MellowMotion tops, like the crew necks. I feel like this feels a little bit more like it has room. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's just maybe the cut of the neckline. It just feels a little bit more, I think the cut of the neckline just is a little bit more forgiving. So a size small in this feels fine to me. I feel like a size small in the crew neck, it's not tight, but you can definitely feel a little bit more, I would say maybe compressed. But yeah, I feel like whatever size you do in the crew neck version of these tops, you can do the same size in this, or honestly, you can size down. I feel like the cut of this is a lot more forgiving. But yeah, overall, this top is a 10 out of 10 to me. Like, I adore it. It is so flattering. And just a quick note about MellowMotion, because I've been asked this a few times. It's sweat wicking, not sweat proof. So you are going to see sweat on the fabric. that's unavoidable here. But with it being sweat wicking, what it does is it's going to pull moisture away from your body to the surface of the fabric so that it will dry quickly. With fabrics like Mellow Soft or Mellow Rib, those are not sweat wicking, so you'll see sweat on those as well. Maybe not as much as MellowMotion, but the reason for that is because the moisture is kind of getting absorbed by the fabric or just being held by the fabric versus getting dried. Because this fabric is sweat wicking and it's actively trying to dry the moisture and dry the sweat, you're probably going to see more sweat in this fabric than you will in some of the other fabrics that Oner makes, just because this fabric has a very specific purpose and is 100% intentional. But I promise you, give it like 20-30 minutes, it'll dry. Okay, so now we're gonna round out the video with the new SoftMotion Mid Jacket. Now, I've been holding off on getting this jacket because the logo placements on this are just silly to me. Like, we have a logo on the hand, and then we have a logo at the back on the bottom of the jacket. I just didn't see the point of having both of those. I would honestly have preferred if they didn't have this at all, but that's neither here nor there. I got it this launch because of the color. I absolutely adore this color, so I had to get a matching jacket. They didn't have any full-length jackets in this color, I don't think. I'm wearing a size medium in this. Typically, I wear a size small in soft motion jackets, like the full-length ones, but I picked up 2 sizes in the mid just because I wanted to see what the difference would be like. I definitely prefer the medium in this for sure. I tried on the size small and I feel like it was just a little bit restrictive for me. Like, I feel like I was really restricted here, which I don't experience with my other soft motion jackets. Well, not most of them. So I'll do a flat lay and see what the difference is there. But yeah, this is a mid-length cut. So it's sitting maybe a little bit, I would say it's sitting right on my belly button, which is perfect for me. So I'm not getting any skin showing in this. But I just love this jacket so much. It is so comfortable and a size up for me, but I'm not getting a ton of excess fabric on my torso, which is always my issue with sizing up in jackets. So I don't know. I just love this. The sleeves are super long. I don't feel like it's cutting into my hand, which is also an issue that I have sometimes with thumb holes, but these are pretty good. Honestly, soft motion in general, I feel like the thumb holes and the sleeve length is really good for me. Super comfortable. I'm not getting any sort of cutting in on my neck with this collar. Yeah, I absolutely adore this jacket. Would I get more? I think it depends on what colors they drop it in. I don't feel like I need more soft motion jackets, but if I did get more, I would prefer the one with the old logo placement. This logo right here bothers me so much. But yeah, I don't know if I would get more. I feel like it really depends on what colors they drop in this, but I am really happy that I tried them because I actually do really like it. Like, if I'm just completely ignoring the logo situation, I think this jacket is stunning and I really, really love it. I don't really have any complaints about it whatsoever, besides the logo placement. But yeah, it is super flattering and I think it looks so good with the flares. I will say the commentary that I had about the flares and the quality, I feel like out of the 3 soft motion pieces that I've tried today, the jacket seems to be the best quality, but I'm starting to think that the newer this style is, the better the quality is going to be. But the longer that style keeps continuing to be produced, the quality starts to decline. That's something I'm noticing with the brand in general. So maybe that's why the jacket is really nice quality because it's fairly new. Like, I feel like they haven't had the mid jacket out very long. I think it maybe launched last month. Don't hold me to that, but I think it was last month. Um, Whereas the flares and the soft motion high neck have been out for a long time now, and they've been producing them for a very long time. And I'm definitely noticing a quality decline, definitely in the flares, but even on the bra, I feel like it is a little bit fuzzy as well. But I feel like the flares by far are just like, I can feel all sorts of pilling down here, but we won't talk about that again. I would say if you're in between sizes for the mid jacket, you can definitely size up. If you want to go with your normal size, you can. But I just feel like it's just a little bit more restrictive than I was expecting it to be. So if you want it to be a little bit more comfortable and you're in between sizes, definitely size up. Okay, that is all I have. Just very quickly before I go, this is the MellowMotion Mid Crew top. I've talked about this before, so I won't go into any detail really now, except for the color. This is in Cherry Lacquer Purple. As you can see, MellowMotion and SoftMotion are not exactly the same color in Cherry Lacquer Purple. They're a little bit different. This is definitely leaning more purple and it's darker, whereas in SoftMotion, it looks a little bit more red in undertone, but it still looks really nice together. But yeah, that is all I have today. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I do not mind answering any of your questions. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!